Welcome. Oh shit. Welcome, one and all.
Was that Marley?
No. Just the wind. Just the wind. This is another beautiful Sunday evening. What's today? March 14th. Ooh, it's almost St. Patrick's Day, baby. Anybody doing anything for St. Patrick's Day? We can get to that. It's all right. But we're back with Blank Gaming. You can edit that out, right, editor? And back for another podcast. We as you see, there are more of us still. And moving forward, I think we'll have that because last topics and discussions, I don't know. It seemed like it went into a little bit more in depth and stuff. So, and low key, it was our best video yet. You know, you gotta go where the money is. But anyway,
I keep getting better.
Exactly. So today for Blank Gaming, our mission today is going to be, we're going to save gaming for you guys. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix all these problems. We have gripes and whatnot. Experts of every area are going to go over what they're going to do to fix this types or the gripes of games that we're going to be mentioning today. And also some other lighthearted topics to go over as well. And just to keep you guys enticed. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, like he said, this podcast is dedicated solely to fixing those issues that you might see like common in a lot of games, stuff that will like really grind your gears as a player. But of course, since everyone kind of likes these random topics, I did not tell anyone about this random topic. So before we jump into anything,
random topic.
Random topic. So it's very current. It's very but before we even get to the topic, I talked to my esteemed members of Blank. I needed you guys to come up with a reward and a punishment without even knowing what the topic is right now. So right off the bat, we'll just everyone say what they think a reward will be, and we'll all pick it, and a punishment, and we'll all pick it. All right, starting with Yash.
Reward.
Please choose a reward.
For reward, let's go with some cold hard cash. $15.
All right. $15.
Is that what you mean though? Like just what you're gonna?
Yeah, no, it's whatever. Okay, I cannot go any further. So $15.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's one. So I can't vote, and Kenya can't vote because he knows about it because it would be too. I know about it, so it's up to you guys. So, Jacob, reward.
Honestly, it would honestly for me bias on this, but it's just like an IOU for a drink.
I thought this man was gonna say some coochie.
Well, yeah.
I was like, oh god. All right.
Okay.
Kobe, reward.
Okay.
That's a tough one. Let me see. I'm thinking for reward, go grab a snack. I don't know. Maybe I don't care anything. I don't know, honestly.
That's fine.
Anything you had.
That's fine. So far we have a drink, $15, and or the drink we'll just give that person a drink or like a bottle. We'll get that'll be for
buy
Jacob,
a bottle? Okay.
Or just cold hard cash. Brendan.
See, like I have questions, man, but I'm not gonna ask.
No, you have no questions. You had the most amount of time to think about a reward. Let's go.
Because all right. I mean, whatever you do for what your reward is, like in exchange, like I guess something tangible that I can use.
We don't need the breakdown of history of rewards. We just need one.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I do something for you and you give something, I mean, that's not a reward. All right. Yes, cold hard cash. I need a lot of buco bucks.
More? You want more than that? More than 15?
$15? What am I gonna do with that?
I just
that's fine. So
That's
what
a
do you
whole
think? 50?
DLC right there.
You trying to call me broke?
Nah,
So 50.
To 1,400.
I'm just saying you're limiting yourself. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what? Right there. So we settled on cash. It seems like cash won out. So now it's just the amount. So above 50. So what do you think? 50 less, more?
More.
There is. I mean, there is 6 of us. So
yeah.
I don't even understand what the reward or punishment is. Like
We haven't even discussed the punishment.
It doesn't matter.
It depends on my work. Honestly.
75. 75.
depends on my work or what I'm
75.
doing for you. Okay, it doesn't.
You just
All
get
right,
thrown
so
in
that
the-
is the reward is $75.
All right, yes.
All right, now punishment. Josh,
bidet water.
only one of us have a bidet. But we'll take that as toilet water. Okay.
I'm going the extreme here. I can go last.
Punishment. Honestly, I'm just going back for what your dreams were with your punishment. Still never did the shot with the hot sauce, so that will be this punishment.
Oh, that's not bad.
Ooh.
Okay, shot of hot
that was
sauce. Kobe.
Oh man, I don't know. This one's tough. Punishment, I could be cruel, but then I could be nicer. So I'm just gonna say an easy 10 push-ups as punishment.
Wow. What
Okay.
I'm about to go.
Wow, and
Brandon's about to make one of us eat shit. Watch.
Brandon.
Don't judge me.
Oh,
Waterboarding.
Okay, so
Cruel and unusual.
for waterboarding,
Oh, shit.
we'll have to adapt that because there's no one here to make sure that someone gets waterboarded. So I think I don't even know how to adapt that into something you could do alone.
Ice
And then
water
you said
bath.
you weren't gonna judge.
Ice
This
water
is a
bath.
no judge-free zone for this, right? I thought so.
Choose something else. Choose something that you could do alone. You can't worry about it.
Comments, chat. He's making me change, man. My thoughts. Let's see. A real punishment. I hate to.
Ooh, you know what's a good one? Actually, I actually am taking over his because he's been stalling. Since everyone here you see in these podcasts we have beards, loser has to shave their beard.
Oh, I don't like this one.
The next podcast they have to come in without a beard.
Okay.
No beard. But I want to say that's just my vote.
Wow.
But what do you guys think? What do you guys want?
What are the? Oh, we have
Vote
to.
on it,
We need
Oh,
a.
we vote.
or just choose which one you want between you four.
Honestly,
I like
I'm
that.
Waterboarding.
Which one?
Okay.
Waterboarding.
We're not
We got
doing
one for waterboarding.
So the beard. The beard. We can't do waterboarding.
Yeah, I'm going
we can do the beard.
Wait, what was Jay's? Jay was hot sauce. Kobe's
The hot
was
sauce shot.
Do
10
that.
push-ups.
I was 10
push-ups.
push-ups.
for
I'm trying to
Josh.
stay away from that
No,
shot.
fuck you, Josh. Beard.
Oh,
All right, beard. So that is punishment. So the random topic is Blank Gaming will be competing to see whose March Madness bracket makes it the furthest.
Oh, this is
Oh my
dragging.
God.
what?
I hate it.
Madness.
What?
I know the formula that I know
Winner
the
will
formula
get
that
75 ducks.
I know
Winner
the
will get
formula that's going to
75 bucks.
decide every
The
game.
one who has the lowest bracket has to have their beard completely beard and mustache completely gone for next podcast.
And you get 70. Oh no, the loser has to shave. A winner gets. Wait, how do you lose again? You said.
Everyone else,
If you're knocked out first,
it's a point system. If you're
okay.
knocked out first.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yes.
So
All right, let's do this.
so how it's gonna work is everyone's gonna make their own bracket, and then we're all gonna. So we'll show it at the end of the podcast, or even probably we'll cut it in some sequence. But we're gonna have a Blank Gaming where we come together. Actually, you know what? No one can join. We'll just show everyone's bracket, so it's down in history, and whoever's bracket, them's are the rules. You guys made them up. Now you have to live with it.
God, I hate y'all.
Hey man, you could. Your guess is as good as anyone else's here for that. You
I
could win.
cannot.
You could honestly win.
Oh yeah, you either get 75 bucks.
and keep your beard.
Mm.
Hope
This
for
is
the
rough. This is rough for all of us.
Damn.
Everyone's like
at
really
everyone.
like contemplating, like,
Oh
Oh
God.
boy.
That shot of hot sauce doesn't look too
I can
bad.
lose this.
Yeah, right. That hot sauce.
Oh Jay, whoa, take it easy, buddy.
Jay got excited. What do we tell you about
Sorry.
having emotion, Jay?
I'm sorry.
I allowed him today, and then look what he did.
I just
Okay,
moved the
turn on my
mic
Don't know how
closer
to
to me.
Shouldn't have done that. But let's move forward and let's talk about our mini topics before we get to the meat and potatoes. So, first topic, Stimmy's about to hit. What are
I
we
got
buying?
mine.
What are we buying? Oh, you already got yours. Oof.
Oh,
Who?
Mr. Moneybags, tell me what you getting.
I was
got
thinking
theirs?
about, I got mine. I got mine yesterday.
Ooh. Wow, good for you. Good for you.
Facts.
So-
That's why I was asking. I want a monitor, and I'm thinking about upgrading this bad boy right here, my PC.
Yes.
Get a
yes,
nice new
baby.
processor.
I think you're using your stimming for good things. What,
Yeah,
a
that
strip
is good.
club?
Oh, I got some stuff in there, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell y'all.
I'm sure you guys have seen the jokes all over the internet with people. It's just been having me absolutely in tears about buying the whale at Red Lobster. I'll have the whale. That's honestly. I was telling them earlier. It was like you're at McDonald's. They said the cashier's like, "How much for the fries?" You're like, "No, how much for the franchise?"
Ice cream machine
Oh,
down.
That's
How much
to
it
me
Fix
costs
it.
to fix it?
different.
How much does it cost to fix it?
I got time today.
No, I mean with my stimmy, I'm 100%. So I wanted to buy a $1,400 TV, but now I'm kind of like torn on whether or not that's the best way to go. I'm trying to do research to see, like, if that's the best that I could possibly game on, because money isn't an issue if it is.
Yeah,
So,
I'm dead.
like, sir, this TV costs $2,000, and
yeah.
So
take it out of the stimmy,
give me
And
that.
the sky's blue.
sir. That's only $1,400. What are you talking about?
You want more? Imagine you want more or something.
Sir, your card is declined. What?
What you trying to say?
No, the stimmy hit. Jay, what are you buying?
It'll be
Tell us.
mostly going on Xbox and PS5, whatever I can
Ooh.
get first.
You can't buy dreams, Jay.
What do you think? What do you get? What do you think you're gonna get? Like 3 of them?
Yes.
No, he has the stimmy to buy the scalper price.
Hell no. I don't conform. I don't conform like that.
Yo, that's jokes.
Oh my god, that actually made me sweat. Oh.
$1,000.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, that's easy. That's
Good
easy,
luck.
bro.
Thank you. Keeping it at a decent price.
Yeah, $1,000. You still pay him $1,400. Keep
God no. God no. God no.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Kenya, what are you buying?
I'm looking for the same thing, but now I don't know.
I respect that.
Welcome to the club.
Prices down right now.
I'm telling you can't buy dreams. I'm sorry. Not those, the Xbox console dreams.
How about you,
I don't-
Kobe?
Me?
Oh, sorry, did you hear me? Oh yeah, Kobe, how about you? What you buying?
No, I'm going in and out, Jimmy.
I hear you now.
Going in and out.
There you go.
Okay, let me know when you guys can hear me pretty good.
You
Good.
Gucci?
You're good.
So I've had my eye on for like the past 2 months a 48-inch OLED TV that's like it's close to 1,400, but with tax like 15. So that's
That
I
is
got my
what
eye on
I'm
that.
also trying to
48-inch OLED TV. Yeah, that's 4K 120. Runs
That's
with
what
the Xbox Series X. That's the main reason why I'm getting it.
Now, yeah, that's it's funny. So that's actually what I was also trying to buy, and I'm trying to do my research right now to see whether the OLED, I know OLED is the best of the best, but right now they're saying there's other technology that's comparable for like $800. I'll let you know what my research conducts, but I'm just trying to find somewhere.
Okay.
And if anyone in the comments know what you think the best of the best is to like for at least for TV wise, not like monitor, because I would like a large TV to like put in a corner to just really show people that I have no fucking life. Like, and I just stay in this room. I need to give off that presence. I live in this room.
I am a hermit.
Where and if I could
Exactly.
save some of my stimmy check, help us
Even
out,
better.
man.
Yeah, please let me know so I can also get it. So I can get the whole thing bust down, diamonds on the side. Brandon, what are you gonna buy?
I'm sorry. I just saw it wasn't recording, but that's okay. Jay got everyone's got something earlier. Okay, whatever. That's besides. I got distracted. But with my stimmy, it looks like it's gonna be going to charity because of freaking Ori.
Oh, that's actually hilarious because that is true. If you would have said
But-
anything else,
Yeah,
I would.
It's not.
If
a bad
anyone,
thing.
if anyone here is
With
unfamiliar
that charity, though.
what he's talking
It's for
about,
charity.
Psychic Chino obviously streams, and why don't you tell him about your charity stream?
Well, this is I don't want to be a shameless plug or anything, but so my charity stream is about Ori and the Will of the Wisps because that's what I played last game I streamed, and I had 1,000 deaths. Anyway,
What?
yeah, oh no, yeah, trust me. So I don't understand it either, but. For this one, assuming I will account for those amount of deaths again, I am doing 25 cents or 50 cents, still to be debated, times whatever deaths I got. So if I die 1,000 times at 50 cents, $500. So it's not looking good right now what I'm at.
Oh, you should have been there. The one stream, this man easily died like 20 times in 30 minutes.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. But it's
Trying to get good.
yes, it is time. It's gamer hour now for me, baby. But if it's for charity, I don't care if it does go to it. But if I get to keep the stimmy, I'm definitely gonna be upgrading my PC, baby, getting some new graphics and CPUs, babe. I'm trying to get into. I don't want to. I'm gonna do consoles and PC, but I want my PC to be strong too, baby. Keep up with these consoles. Anyway, that's my stimmy ideas.
That graphics card, that's 1660 when you
We
upgrade.
see that's
No.
I know that. So that
Just
actually
kidding.
brings us into our next thing, talking about graphics and upgrading our PC. Something else out there just got to upgrade. Shrek's coming 4K.
Hey.
That's bad.
Somebody once told me DMCA, but
Now you're just telling us a sentence in a flow, you know?
I'm hyped.
Oh no, it's with Shrek coming 4K. I first of all, I know there's people out there that are like me. Like you were probably like very bullied, and you'd get home, you'd put in your Shrek cassette, and then the world just melted away. Nothing mattered because you saw this ogre overcome what essentially is life's
Adversity.
challenge, and that transformed you into the person you are today. And Shrek coming 4K is it's the catharsis my soul needed to transition into this adult life of. I'm just talking on my ass. I'm just really.
You know what's funny? I was gonna go off of that, bro. I was ready to feed off that energy.
I was wondering where you were going with it. I'm just like,
Yeah, I was confused.
No, I'm just. I don't know. I'm a secret
Like-
Shrek stand.
Shrek fan.
The shit,
was
it
great,
it
but
might
the
go
one
down.
question
Oh.
I always had. Oh my bad.
No, go.
The one question I always had is Donkey and a dragon literally had kids.
It was not supposed to be questioned. It was weird. It was weird.
no question.
She was getting her poom poom smashed.
Yep. He turned her culo into song. Bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, hold on. Did you say culo?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh
Chill.
my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god. That's a sentence I never want to hear again.
Oh, my man Donkey knows how to get it.
Wow, wow, wow.
I see. I really want to dissect this, but I don't even know if like
I don't know if you want to dig
please
deeper
don't be
into that.
disgusted. But my man Donkey gotta have that that slang on him. Bro.
That donkey, you know, donkey got the donkey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're gonna dead that there. We're gonna I don't want Shrek ruined for me.
4K, yeah.
All right, Trevor. But let's actually move on to why you're probably here in the first place. We tickled you a little bit, got you a little hot and heavy. Let's really start breaking down all the issues that are facing gamers that we're gonna solve for you. So, if you're a potential game designer, you see this, you legally have to pay us because we made this. We made the solution, and if I see a solution out there and there's no kind of like, we'll take 40%. I'll be generous. 60% you did the work, but the thought is ours. We're copywriting all of these ideas as we speak, so I don't want to. We're not paid. Oof.
Run me my bread.
Shit ain't free.
So in fact, if you think we're joking, all our stimmies are going into patenting our ideas.
Patenting and investigating. We're hiring a guy to hunt down anyone using our ideas.
But starting it off, I think so. Oh, just starting it off. First issue, I think, faces a lot of games today, which is like a really big one. Would be the difficulty gauge in gaming. So, if you're kind of unsure of what I'm talking about, to break it, like to put it down simply, I think difficulty shouldn't just be something that starts or that makes you like the harder difficulty setting shouldn't make you as the player weaker or the bosses stronger or like tougher per se, unless the game, like, obviously it fits your game. I think difficulty in video games should be like very specific to the game, and to adjust that level shouldn't just be something as trivial as, oh well, you like especially if you think about from the time aspect that you spend on these games, because you spend more time on them does not make a game more fun. So if someone could figure out how to beat it even on super hard but with a different strategy, I think that is what we need to move forward in games. So I know a bunch of us feel very strongly about this besides myself. Like, Jay, what games would you think that first of all have great difficulty settings?
Great difficulty settings? Honestly, for me, it'll be like the Demon Souls From Software games, how it works. Like, honestly, it's mostly just like, it doesn't really have like a difficulty settings, but the game lets you know from the get-go this is going to be difficult, or it'll give you hints and everything to do. But the best part about it is that the community is able to help each other by leaving notes on the ground. The game allows it, so you read the hint and it gives you a warning, either a warning like ambush ahead or treasure this way, secret door that way. It's kind of just like the notes lower the difficulty, so if you need find any secrets or are wary about enemies attacking you, you have the notes to help you. It has a way of gauging it.
That's
The only thing also about it is that with it the only thing that increases the difficulty for it would be just the multiplayer. The more characters you have, the more life the enemy has, and that's honestly about it.
But that's almost like once again, I think another great difficulty slider with like that, or even that genre of not having a difficulty slider, I think is very beneficial in games, because it seems like every game that doesn't give you an option and you have to play the game as is tend to be great games. Because for another example, like Monster Hunter does not have a difficulty slider, and the only gauge would be, like you said, the more players, obviously the more health, so you're not just beating down a defenseless creature that did nothing. But yeah, that's the game. Except exist. But even like you think you have games like Breath of the Wild, you have games like Pokemon, all games without an inherent like difficulty slider seem to be almost cult classics. No one really hates these games, and you develop a rich community of people who are helping each other. Like you said, a Demon Souls, leaving notes. Pokemon, like it's almost impossible not to find help. Monster Hunter, all these games that like kind of throw the community together, so you help beat monsters together. And then I think on the like a terrible example would be games like Call of Duty, like any kind of like shooter game that makes you very weak when you slide the difficulty very high. Like if I'm playing a mission on very hard, it's not fun to like sit behind cover for the entire like level. I don't want to creep by always on low health or just waiting and then like getting one shot off waiting. If there could like, I think games should definitely going forward. So my solution would be probably to take the Dark Souls approach and remove difficulty. I think you should develop games to always be at a set level and start challenging gamers to reach that level. Get good.
Well, yeah, that's simply put for that. I feel too is like I enjoy that from your standpoint of it, like giving me a challenge based on what the game is about, and that eureka moment is so satisfying. And even if it's from like help from the community that you might need, or if you figured it out yourself, I feel like that's a little bit more satisfying than trying to like, I guess, beat a, like what you said with the Call of Duty thing, like trying to just, you finally get through it. I don't know, it doesn't feel, it just feels like you got stressed out trying to get through all that instead of, I don't know if you like trying to figure
there's
it
no,
out.
but there's no, like you said, eureka moment of, oh, like, wow, I can't believe I got through that level.
You just like survived.
You're just like, oh, like that was just unnecessarily hard. There's no like, oh, like I felt good about getting, like, and it's not just like shooters. Like I think even like you said, even certain fighting games when you put it on very hard and the AI just gets on God mode. Like Ultra Instinct Goku, and you're like, all right, like I just turned up a little bit. Like I'm not a machine. I cannot put in these combos faster than a machine.
Exactly.
50 hit combo when the game only allows 25.
Yeah, you're not touching. You don't touch the floor. That's the scariest part.
Gotta save those combo breaks.
Yeah.
So that would be. So that would be my solution for at least difficulty spikes. I know that's a common issue everyone kind of runs into. Like you always kind of wonder, oh, should I play this game on easy? Am I looking for a good time exploring the narrative? Or should I play this on very hard and like challenge myself? I think games should remove that from the equation and start developing games at a base level. And if the game is easy, the game is easy. There's always like different ways to make it hard. But that's, once again, that's my solution. I don't know if anyone has a better one.
I don't know if I'd fully remove them.
Why is that?
So what would you do?
I would make the difficulty settings make sense. Like, all right, you want a genuinely hard experience without, worrying about the story too much. Here's a difficulty for that. Then there's, the easy where you're trying to just enjoy the game, hear the story, like kind of have time to explore. Then you play on that difficulty.
Now, if you're looking for story lore, I want you to be sweating at any moment. Something could come behind you.
I don't want to give you enough time to read that codex.
Reading a codex at your own risk.
Yeah.
Clear the area first.
Figure out the game later. Figure this shit out in your own time.
Yeah, I was actually gonna mention, isn't Assassin's Creed, if I'm not wrong, correct me. Isn't Assassin's Creed similar to that? Like, if you put it on the easy difficulty, pretty much like it gives you very easy leeway to finish the game, where the bosses are easier, the paths are easier, and you don't have to really do much. But when you put it on higher difficulty, it's kind of like figure it out on your own, and the bosses are tough.
Yep,
Ooh,
it's true.
okay.
Assassin's Creed was where I saw that difficulty.
It was crazy. Assassin's
I
Creed,
actually love Assassin's Creed.
they did both models because at first I don't think there was a difficulty.
There wasn't a difficulty.
And then they switched over.
You had to like get abilities to get better. Yeah, the first couple ones was like there was no difficulty setting. It was just don't get caught.
Yeah. But then this one, I mean, I don't know. I like the fighting in this one a lot because it is it reminds, well, besides the point, it reminds me of the Witcher type fighting, and I love that style. But that has nothing to do with fixing.
But you know what? So I don't maybe not abolish them, because that even brings me to something else. Because maybe like I think I agree more with Josh now. I think the direction that it should be, difficulty should be taken into account depending on the game. Because you have something like Fallout, where if you put it on very hard, you literally have to eat. Your character has to eat. You have to sleep, or you'll die.
Yeah.
So that means, but that makes sense. But that
okay.
is a dynamic way to increase difficulty without necessarily
Yeah.
just tanking the boss.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
All right.
So this I wouldn't say this one is like solved. It's
But
Definitely
question
there's
mark.
options out there.
yeah,
Hit it with a
there's
stamp on us,
options in
editor.
which you could go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our next issue in video games, which I'm sure everyone, I know everyone has experienced this, dumb AI.
I hate it.
Bruh.
Whether-
Hate it.
And most of the times, it's dumb friendly AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
I just don't understand how they can't listen to you, you know?
An example of the really dumb AI, I'm gonna say Avengers, because that game, oh my god, your teammates won't even open doors for you. You physically can't change heroes like that, and you need them to open the door for you. They won't do it. They'll literally just stand.
You guys would just stare at each other looking.
Yeah, like.
What do you want me to
"Boy,
do?
you're gonna
Open
knock
it!
down that wall. I'm Black Widow. How you?
I can't remember what game I was playing where I had like you said that, you know how the AI follow you and they
Mhm.
boxed me in a corner. And I'm like, yo, I can't move. And they're just standing there like,
Or like if they stand in a doorway where you need to go.
Where you going?
yeah, you cannot move
You
them.
can't clip through them. They're just standing there. I'm like,
The worst too is when they kill themselves or run into a
Oh my
gunfight
God.
with that, like with the worst weapon, a melee weapon in a gunfight or something.
They're not even.
What are you about to
They're
do?
just wilding. They're just punching. Like everybody's shooting them. They're just running up.
Yo, the
Oh, yeah,
worst is
give
like
me a
if you're
gun.
if you're going into another room and they get stuck in the wall, and then it's just like can't
Oh
help it at all.
my.
I have to leave you. I'm sorry. Save yourself. But like, I don't even like to fix it. Would you like? How do you make an AI smarter?
I
That's
think
up
that
to a developer. Programmers.
so do you think it's just as simple as making them smart? Because I thought another easy solution would be I, as the player, could like tell the I at some point you have to just give me control. I'll
Yeah.
do everything. I'll do everything. I'll do everything.
Yep. Let me command them.
Hide behind cover.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely give me
Oh,
more
alright,
control.
so-
Go ahead.
The Dragon Age did that amazingly, where it, like you could play the game two different ways, where you could play like you and then like have your followers follow you, and then there's times like where you could it literally brings the screen up and then you command like your companions where do you want them to go, what like spells and stuff you want them to use, and like like you literally plan out the whole battle and then you like unfreeze it and then they'll start doing that and then you as your main character can do what needs to be done. I love that in Dragon Age.
That sounds dope.
See, that would be a great solution if every game would allow you to have so much control. Like, go on the offensive, go do this.
I think
Use
that's
these
what it
weapons.
comes down to. Like you said, just more AI control.
yeah. I remember playing if anybody here ever played a Kingdom Hearts game. And honestly the only gripe I have with the AI is Don was the magic guy and I set him to as healer. So he heals and if the main character dies, the game's over. So why does he heal the supports and not me? I'm like, I'm dying, heal me. Goofy.
He just looks at you and goes that way.
Why?
You stubbed your toe.
My time is now.
Fuck you, Sora.
Just shoots right past him. Boom.
Yep.
Oh man, but I would say that one's kind of we solved it. No,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
easy
that's
solution
pretty,
between.
It was,
Pretty spot
easy
on.
solution.
that one copyrighted.
Play the more control.
Hit a stamp. Solved.
All right, next issue. I know this caused a lot of gripes when we were talking about it all week. Mobility across maps.
Oh my.
Yeah, see?
You heard the sorrow.
Yeah, the stress.
So because everyone has played a game which everyone wants. You want an open world, an open environment. You want to explore. but I know that it should be easier to get across these open worlds.
They should give you a fast option and a slow option. You want to take the scenic route, get off your horse, walk. But nah, if I'm trying to like go across the map, I got a main mission on the other side. I want to get there as fast as possible. And if there's no fast travel, you better let me fly or get in the car or something.
So for me, the biggest gripe I had was Destiny's, like the new story, like the story. I mean the last season. When you're in Europa, you literally had to travel from the starting point to the other end of the map for every mission. You literally had hours on your Sparrow because every mission was on the opposite
Just
end.
there.
No fast travel points on the other side.
And it's funny because Destiny seems to do that all the time.
They want you to see
Like,
everything.
As much I love the Sparrows, but either I want them Sparrows to be like jet engines, or
160 is not enough. Give me 200.
I need 500.
Yeah, just give me a rocket. I'll take that there. Yeah, use the spaceship.
You just take off into the fucking atmosphere.
Just come straight back down.
And sometimes it's almost faster to run the raid and crash it down just so you can get to the other side of the map faster.
I'm dead.
Oh, I've used death as a way to get to a certain point. I'd rather not make all those jumps. I'm gonna just die and spawn where I need to be.
So I know the whole point of contention was I had a big issue with like Red Dead 2, the horseback travel. There wasn't enough fast travel, and as beautiful as the game was, I just want I want to do things, and they should have invented a car. We should have been on the cutting edge technology in that camp, and we should have been. Because crazy, I was a millionaire in that game. I put all my money into the camp. Why didn't we have a camp scientist?
Scientists. Figure shit out.
That's funny.
If Dr. Stone did it, they only have rocks.
He made a car
Easy.
almost immediately. Yeah, Stone Age, and you're telling me in Red Dead we couldn't have a turbo horse or something? The fastest horse in the game. Like
The horse on
Like-
steroids. Mad brolic.
like horse game. So I loved Red Dead. I loved the story. It's probably one of the best stories I think I played in a long time. But just in the sense of mobility and such a large area, I personally think that. But it's like I said, it's not just Red Dead. There's a bunch of games that have terrible, or like we hate to keep bashing on the same games, but like Anthem, they found a way to make like flying like Iron Man suck.
Yeah. It just
It's
took
just-
too long, and they didn't. The speed was just not there. It's
Tell
like
me I
your
have to
slow-ass
actively look for waterfalls just to extend my flight just
Yep.
2 seconds.
I didn't like that heating system at all. But I
We should've
understood why I was there, because they didn't want to make flying OP. Because imagine you just staying up in the air. You're not landing. You're not even looking at the environment. You're just aiming at the floor.
Facts.
I think there should have been a different, like, if you're fighting, you're like, they could have come up with some corny excuse of, oh, your mech can't fight and fly, just it's too much of a system
Yeah.
overload. I'd have got that. I'd have ate that. That's cool. But
Yeah.
traversing, no. Oh my god, I want to hit the speed of sound, and you always have to leave the base, and then it's like, oh well, we'll stop the cataclysm 80 miles away.
Yep.
Fly all the
You only go
way.
2 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Like,
too,
that's
another way they could like, not just Anthem or anything, other games to solve it is like, I mean, yeah, it's cool to make shit like 1-to-1 and have everything so accurate. But another way they can like make it easier to travel is not make it 1-to-1. So like, it looks
Like
big.
scale it down.
Yeah, well, like it looks big, but you can still get to each area no problem.
Yeah, because I think like on the exact opposite sense, like Breath of the Wild has fantastic mobility, and you still get to take in the environment to the point where they even added as DLC, you get your own custom.
That could have
Like fast
been a
travel
little
point.
smaller, a little bit.
You got a motorcycle.
Well,
You did
they
have a
gave it
motorcycle
to
that
you
game.
after like a year.
but even still, like with the getting from like location to location, it like you even like when you had to travel and look for stuff, I never really was like, oh, this sucks. Even when I was climbing a mountain with my bare hands eating fruit so I didn't die, it still didn't seem like I was wasting a colossal amount of time as opposed to like the mobility just seemed there. So as far as easy fix, what do you guys think?
I think I agree with Brandon with the scaling down, just to bring the map, make it feel big, but it's actually like really just tight
Yeah.
together.
So you think smaller map sizes or just
The scaling down of the environment is the phrase I'd like to use.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me, honestly. Because I think for a game like Pokemon, where like in the beginning of the game they start you off with just strictly walking. You can't even run yet. They wait for like 2, 3.
Walking.
Yeah, you walk for the first like 2, 3 badges of the game.
That shit
Oh
is
my
ridiculous.
hurting.
Then you can actually start.
you gotta
running.
learn how to run?
Yeah, they actually give you running shoes. Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't in your brain.
Here's some Nikes, yo. Now you can move.
And then hear this out. It took you in like 2 recent games, the last 2 games recently. Before these last 2 recent games, you have to wait till like the 6th or 7th badge to actually learn how to fly from each town and city, from each city to city. So
Even
it was
though
just
you had-
ridiculous. So
Even
in
though
my
you had a
opinion-
bird, like
yeah, like, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I think an easy fix to me in situations like that is I think again, I think Assassin's Creed did it. Is you should simply just let us be able to use late access, like Pokemon. You shouldn't have that late access flying. You should just already give me that from the jump. If I have a bird, like Josh was just saying, I should be able to fly with that bird anywhere I want. So that's why I feel like, in
Ironically
general,
enough,
like that should be an easy fix. If you have
That-
something available to fly and be mobility,
that
why not?
you're starting to creep on a fix for another issue that is coming on this list. So hold on to that note. That is because what you're talking about is very close to another gripe within gaming. So keep that fresh in your mind. So as far as mobility, so I guess the only reasonable, like I do like that fix too. If you're going to unlock faster ways to travel later in the game, I don't. But it doesn't. But like I said, if it doesn't have any continuity, you keep continuity. If I had a bird, they're like, oh well, bird didn't know how to carry. Like that doesn't make sense. Like keep the game constant. Like I don't want to learn. Like unless it makes sense. But so either that or they say we'll scale down the maps. So we'll tack that one, and then that kind of brings us into our next one anyway. Open world exploration and it just being kind of bland. Like so now you're forced to walk slowly across these areas, and there's just nothing to do.
Yeah, that is like.
Can I just tell you the amount of disappointment that gets? It's like your heart breaking. What's around this bush? and that's it. Like like we said, I hate to. Before, please don't forget what you have to say. Anthem again.
What were you gonna
Like,
say, Kenyon? Oh,
I'm just saying, I hate to keep bashing like we said, but Anthem, you flying places, you think you're gonna get something, and not even like the loot is worth it. And it's just like, all right, even traversing this is wasting my time. And Breath of the Wild, they do it right. I'm biased.
Oh
though.
yeah, I feel like, but everyone loves that game. But I actually think like so, Breath of the Wild does it well because even when you explore a new area, you're probably gonna find, even if it's a rusty sword, it's a piece of lore. Like the background, you'll see a blown up town.
Korok seeds.
You'll never know what you'll run into, and it's almost impossible to tell. But then you'll have something like Anthem, or I'm trying to think of another bland open world. Or like Crackdown. I don't know if anyone here has played the Crackdown trilogy.
I played
Yeah.
the first 2. I didn't play the third.
The first one
they're
was
all
the first
same.
game's
They're literally
the first game is only the only good
the
one.
only good one. Yeah, and the rest are
The
terrible.
rest are basura.
You're like a soup. You're literally a god jumping across buildings, and there's literally nothing else. There's nothing to look at. There's nothing to do besides. Which the first one it made sense, but after
you're
that,
new
like,
to the city, you didn't really know nothing.
but they kept the same city. You're jumping around the city, and there's besides, you're literally just looking for orbs. Is essentially there's
Or
nothing
money.
else. There's no lore. There's no like the agency's evil, like little like pieces of like anything. Nothing. Just now you just jump, climb, kill.
Punch that guy. Now shoot that guy.
So, Mass Effect, the most recent one,
Oh,
did
yeah.
that wrong.
God, wrong.
Yeah, all the previous Mass Effects like the traveling was not bad, and then for some odd reason on the most recent one they were like, let's make this huge, but make it absolutely pointless.
That's see, like,
I-
why
and
do that to your
I'm a
player base?
diehard.
Yeah, like, see, like, you have someone like him who you've kept. This is the reason they come back to your games, and then you just disappoint them.
Like,
Sorry.
Yeah, little.
New Mass Effect.
Yeah, oh god, that one it was so large, and there's just nothing there.
There was no point for how big.
Did you enjoy the journey though?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Here's a bomb instead.
Here's a problem, dead.
That's crazy. And then you have like the opposite. Like speaking about games that have it right, I would think games like any From Software game it usually has it right. Where you have like,
Oh yeah.
like you have Sekiro, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, like crazy open worlds. But the more you explore, there's always something around the corner. Whether it be a guy with a shank trying to rob you of your souls, or maybe a real nice piece of armor.
Or a
And I
merchant.
like they put a lot of their lore in the backgrounds too, and I like that.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Like I'm trying to think. Well, what's another great open world like that
Ooh,
we should
Jack.
kind of like that.
I'm not sure if any of y'all play this, like any of the Yakuza series games.
Nah.
They do it
I
right.
will eventually
Oh yeah.
Ted, why?
In me, that's like
on Game Pass.
perfect series of open world. Like you, like
Ooh,
then
you
the
said
first game you
perfect.
took on one map, and eventually they start expanding it. But each area is like it's a city or a town, but it shows the environments, the areas, the people. It shows the life of the town and how whatever it is their life is. It shows like
I
it's
love
just
that.
like I don't know. How can I compare? I don't know how I can compare it, but to me, it's just like when I'm playing it, I'm literally walking around the street, just trying to get like regular food. You see the busy life of everybody, just like, oh, that guy's working, that guy's a con artist, that guy's a debt collector. Stay away from them. And there's the strip club, and etc. etc. It's just like you can see both the light and the dark side of the town. So it's just like and it just tells me things. It's just like things to be wary of, things that I know that I'll eventually have to go into to either get something or fight someone.
I feel like I
Almost.
compare like a cyberpunk, no? Because
Yeah, so it's crazy how like
the-
on the opposite hand, like Cyberpunk is or like even though you can scan people, is really not, that's pretty much it.
well, I'm just saying like because he's saying like the world itself is telling a story, and you can like you don't even have to actually do anything and just watch. I guess people watch and you can see shit, and then you might
I think
actually
it'd almost
be
be
going into a
closer
mission.
to something like Watch Dogs.
Ooh, I never.
where-
Oh, I played the
Yeah.
first one. That's it.
Yeah. I did play on only the first one.
So like that, like you said, where that if you watch long enough, like it kind of like you said tells its own story. You get to see some guy's a male stripper in his off time, like stuff. I'm really
So-
really
Up
Experience.
to the first one, Dragon Age loved the open world because, like, in the open world there was like puzzles, there was so many things you could do. Like for me, I remember like when I first started playing it, I accidentally ran into a dragon that was not supposed to be fighting anytime soon. But like it was just amazing. Like now it's like, all right, bet. Like now I know that direction is not a safe direction for me, and like I love stuff like that. But then my second one would be, what do y'all think about GTA?
Yeah.
GTA.
So-
I didn't love it because I definitely was more connected to the old San Andreas, where that environment was just always popping.
That shit is legendary. But I mean, I did love this GTA too. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, from the stance of it being bland, there's lots of side missions to do,
mhm.
but there's like I don't feel like the environment tells much of a story. But that game, I'm not really there to see what the NPCs are doing. I'm
Yeah.
mostly there to kill them.
That is true. That's the point of the game.
Today.
Open world sandbox, but with a story.
So what for a solution? What do you think the solution for this would be?
Give me more exciting things hidden, even if it's as simple as lore or something. Like someone died
So-
here, and there's
Yeah, I like to collect lore books and shit. So if they,
I actually think that is the solution. I think a game should have but it's weird. Not and said not every game needs it. Like I don't think GTA needs a history of lore.
nah, that's more.
but it
kinda
writes
make
its
that
own lore.
in real life.
It writes its own lore, like because of all the games that have previously happened. I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
It's got a
But
timeline.
there should be something where like I wouldn't say like either if your game I feel like you either fall into the lore category or you fall into the Easter egg category, and that would solve both.
Well, yeah,
Easter
So
eggs.
whether Easter eggs would be a good way to show like just things that like, oh well, look at that. It makes you explore more, look, take in the area, do certain actions or see certain things, and you get a reward for it, which tells either part of the story or is completely irrelevant to the story. But either way, it gets you kind of exploring and taking in more of the scenery. Or if your game is more lore driven, pack it with lore.
Yeah,
Well,
it feels like
I agree with
like
both,
a
but
game
go ahead.
where, like where you like you have your interaction with NPCs, like the conversation pop-ups. Like if you explored like a certain cave and like you realize like that NPC has been there, left a note, like now you could use that like against them in that conversation.
See that, and that is actually like I love when that like there's certain games that do that. Like
The
if you do
Witcher.
something, oh yeah, like if you do something fast and you come back and they're like, oh, you were in the cave. You're like, yeah, I was in the cave.
Oh, I saw, buddy. I saw.
I like games. There's this one open world game that I played. It was low key. It wasn't anything big. It was Maneater. You control the shark, and not only did it have like little sprinkles of lore here and there, but it had some funny ass Easter eggs that you just are randomly finding in the ocean because you play as a shark.
You know what had a fantastic open world that you can interact with?
Hmm.
Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator. I always wanted to play that, but
It is
something
so
in me was just like,
rich.
don't do this.
So rich.
Are you serious?
Goat Sim. Oh, it was on Game Pass for a while too. It was free, so
Yeah,
I had
I
it.
played
Yeah.
There's so much background nonsense that you could do, but everything is interactable. And the more you start taking, like, you'll notice, like, if you go out in the woods, you'd be like, oh, these guys are performing a satanic ritual. Let me join.
Let me join.
Dead. I love games like that. Any game with like a type of comedy, like they don't take themselves too serious, I'm all for.
Fact.
No, I will say one thing. To go continue off of that, Untitled Goose Game. You literally
Oh,
just
jeez.
terrorizing everybody. That's it. You're just terrorizing people, and you get achievements for it. All right, take a kid's glasses. Make sure he falls in the puddle. Okay.
Make sure he
Literally, that's it. You're just terrorizing yourself. But it's open world, and it's like you're done with the game when you're done with the game, and it's just like, well, okay.
But he still keeps you there for hours.
Nope. You wake
Yeah,
up
it
and
really
choose
does.
violence when you turn on Untitled Goose Game.
Yes.
You got bigger
So
issues.
those are our solutions for open world. So either you fall into the lore or the Easter egg, but at least have some interactable environment where it like you said, comes full circle. I think that's what we really want playing the game. Next one. So this is kind of what Kobe was talking about earlier with. So I associated it kind of with like having abilities locked unless you play through. So I understand leveling. I think leveling is important, and you shouldn't have every power at the beginning of the game. But I hate when games kind of force you or like either teach you a power late that doesn't make sense for continuity, or even worse, block it behind another playthrough. So I think those are like the biggest pet peeves where like you can't use every power because you didn't play New Game Plus. Or even like Kobe said, if you have a bird, why would it not be automatically able to fly? It doesn't make sense why I can't use all my powers immediately. I want to. So, oof. So did you want to? So even Kobe, even talking about how you like with the bird. Is there anything else that like you feel, or what are games that you feel like kind of hinder you and that doesn't make sense? Either locking it behind another playthrough, or like you said with Pokemon, just teaching you like you don't know how to run because you didn't have shoes.
Yeah, like perfect example. Yeah, something like that. Like I feel like to me that is like first I think that's beyond ridiculous. How, like you said, and I was saying, if I have a bird, how if I can't be able to fly, to me that's ridiculous. How you're telling me I have to learn how to fly now? You know that kind of doesn't make any sense now. Like
Your
you know,
bird just
like
don't
it's
know how to
almost
use its wings.
yeah, it's kind of like the game is contradicting itself, and it's like damn, you know, like it sucks to suck, but you know, like that's what kind of grinds in my gears. Yeah, with Pokemon, especially with the whole running situation too. Like it's like come on, like like who doesn't know how to run? And if you're catching Pokemon, you're telling me you don't know how to run?
You're
Like,
walking
come on,
everywhere.
man,
You walking up to that Pikachu.
Imagine seeing a man in some Timbs running, and you're just like,
What is he doing?
ow, ow!
Which is why
Those are boots.
Which is why because like if you don't
Yo,
want
like
to
that
find a
get out movie, guy
Pokemon,
runs straight towards you.
What do I do? What do I do?
but like it's wild though, because when you don't want to fight the
Just turn around and
Pokemon,
walk.
the option is literally run.
Yeah.
Yo, that's so true.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Wow.
Oh, shit. He only knows how to run away, run scared.
The entire time he just imagine you just see your character model just stand up and walk. Pokemon's just like, well, shit. Well, shit.
I'm out.
Until you get the sneakers, and with sneakers it just drastically changes. He gets up.
You get into a sprint.
Speed.
He's out.
And you can't, there's nothing else you can do. I don't know how to turn it off.
See, I think games that do it well would be something like if anyone here has ever played the Arkham series, like you know how to do everything from the beginning. You just might gain a couple new abilities on the way based off the enemies you fight, but it's not drastic. Like it'll be something like, oh, like you fought Mr. Freeze, you beat him down, now you get a freeze bomb. But like in the next Arkham game, you just have freeze bombs. That's it. Like you got them. Like there's nothing. You don't have to relearn how to do everything. Like Batman always knows how to fight and like break someone's legs over a nick of weed at any moment. You can do that whenever you want to.
Any moment. Justice.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite meme. Just some petty crook just like sell like even like I said, it could be one of us. Like, oh hey, like you got some weed? Yeah, here's $5. Batman busts in, paralyzes you from the neck down. Who's your supplier? Not even when you tell him, he still knocks you out.
Who?
Yo, imagine like you tell him the dealer, all right, Bruce Wayne, I need a dime real quick.
And then he
Bruce
comes-
He takes your supplier, I need a dime.
He would just look like an op.
Facts. Hello, good
You
sir.
guys have marijuana. The green kind.
The green.
But it's funny, but games that do it like, or at least like, are bad at it, or like, because recently I've been playing Spider-Man, and it just seems like, or even like, well, not seems like, it literally says in the like upgradable menu, like the last tree of power is like, oh, upgrade this and new game plus. Like, why do I have to play the game again to get powers? Like, if your game is that fun, I'll just play it again.
Yeah.
I don't understand the theory that like developers get from forcing people to like play. Like, I understand if there's different abilities that you might do like to a degree, but I want every ability, at least the upgrade tree. I would like to have it all at once within that playthrough. I shouldn't have to either play again or not have continuity where something like that's like in Spider-Man, like, oh, you can't web swing for the first 2 missions until you learn, but you could still web up the bad guys.
Ridiculous.
No, I'm
That's
saying like
ridiculous,
if
yeah,
that was like you'd be like, yo, that's
it's just like Peter, like you're Spider-Man, Miles Morales, like, oh, you haven't learned, so you gotta walk 4 miles over there.
Is that Spider-Man? No. I'm just a guy in spandex.
But I feel like there's a way to make that if they can make it make sense, then I'm down for like replays.
yeah. And I literally have no problem replaying it But I think like this is an easy solution. Just do not lock. Like
Yeah.
make your game, like you said, make your game make sense. Like if you're gonna teach an ability that you already have, give it to the player early, or they just might not be like. I'd rather Pokemon come later and be like, hey, like Professor Oak comes out of nowhere, and be like, hey, while you are beating the 6th gym, I invented a teleporter. You'd be like, all right,
or
well,
even like just don't have flying Pokemon available at the first fucking spot. It's like,
yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
don't give me a
The
Pidgey right off the bat if he can't fly.
the
Like,
Pokemon kills me.
on a
But I
rider.
think because even with Kobe telling me like you had to like find all this stuff to like get past the Snorlax, but you had a flying Pokemon.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, yo, that's
He
ridiculous.
knows fly
They
already,
almost did
and
that
I
in
still
every
can
game.
get past.
It's wild
No,
because,
no,
like,
no.
isn't it the same thing for water? Like you can't surf.
Nope.
either?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
surf. You had to learn how to surf.
Imagine they taught the first kid. Why would they not like?
They teach you how to swim, but your Pokemon can't. You can easily hop in the water.
But like even like because you
Come
guys
on,
are talking
Pikachu.
about from mobility standpoint, even from like the lore. Because I don't know if anybody's played Hades. But like Jay told me that you have to play it multiple times to get the true ending. Like, bro, I mean, yes. Like no. I mean, like
See, no, that's part
shouldn't-
of it. I think that's part. Yeah, there's no way a true ending should be like. If
I
I
should-
get through your game, I should like. Yeah,
I put the
play
work in,
again?
bro. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta play it 6 times on the
All
hardest difficulty.
Yeah, I was gonna say a perfect example. Brandon, I forget what the game is called, but what's that game that me, you, Ralphie were playing really hard? It was like an animated game. He had superpowers, and we had to like beat a certain room. Then we go on to the next room. Do you remember?
Are you
You're
talking
talking
about?
about Wizard of Legend?
Yeah.
Yes, Wizard of Legend. That's a game that it's worth redoing over and over again
Yes.
to get
Mhm.
powers and just to keep upgrading so that you can replay the boards again with different powers and different upgrades. That's where I would actually accept it. That's the only
Exactly.
time I would accept it.
Yeah, because that's even how the game I'm talking about, Hades, is like that. But they, well, not even because in Wizard of Legends you get to keep everything after you leave. Mostly, this guy Hades loses everything every time he dies. So then, like when I finally beat the game, give me everything. Like it's a struggle to even get through it the first time. Like, I mean, yes, I agree with you with Wizard of Legends because you want to go back in and play that more because you're gonna get stuff. This doesn't reward you. Like you have to keep playing it multiple times to be able to get it, and it's just I mean, I guess I'm complaining that it's saying it's difficult because I'm whack, but it's still, I did the work. Give me everything.
No, and that's. I feel like
Nah,
it's like you
yeah.
said, you shouldn't lock, especially endings. I think that's the least tasteful.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah, I
endings, it's weird though. So like perfect example, Mass Effect 2. Like every decision you made in the entire playthrough determined what your ending would look like. Like if your crew, if you like skipped one crew member's like mission.
Oh yeah, they
at
die.
the end
Yeah, they
because-
die.
Yeah. So like stuff like that I love because like that makes me want to play it again because like now I'm like whoa like now I want to change that decision and see what happens.
Oh yeah, I've restarted because I remember, especially in Mass Effect 2, before you do the final mission, you I forgot there's something that you have to do, and if you don't do it within 4 fast travels, everyone dies.
What?
And I was like, yo,
Oh, I think I know. It was you had to go and fix your ship for Edie because she had a virus, I think.
yeah. If you don't take care of that immediately, like, so pretty much like the game doesn't tell you that, but to even do that, like starts the final sequence for the game. So I remember because I always play those games for multiple playthrough because I always like being really good and really bad, and I always have like 2 arcs going at the same time. And I think on the really good one, everyone died, and I was stressing.
That's what happened to me. I had no idea. I was like, well, what? Why? Why are my friends dying?
No,
I don't trust you. I won't make the jump, and then they just get sniped.
Yep.
Yeah, like that stressed me because like even I remember you had to pick like what squads went where, and if you put the wrong squad mates going in the wrong direction, they're just dead.
Yeah, they did. And you had to play it a lot, but I love that aspect. You had to play it a bunch of times to really like, you're like, all right, well, this time no one. It took me, I think, like four playthroughs for me to get no one to die on Mass Effect. I realized like, oh, I have to do these specific things in this way. I have to talk to everyone. I got to do every possible side mission. I got to save my man's Pappy. And then we go in. And then you said you go in. You're like, all right, magic team, this way. Beefy dudes, go through the tunnel. And then everyone gets out.
My most regretful death was Rex when he died in Mass Effect 1. I tried to save him. I tried to talk sense into him.
Oh, the worst part is if you're not swaggy enough, to save him, you needed charisma. You either needed to just scream in his face and like be like, "Yo, put that shotgun down," or stop. Or you need to be like, "Yo, Rex, come on, bro,
Relax,
shotgun
yo.
down." But if you couldn't do either, you had to shoot him.
But you see, like that with everything like that.
Ashley that shot him.
It's
Ashley that shot him in the back.
with those things like that, with the emotions, it's intrigue that keeps coming you back. Like, if you have something in a game, like you said in Batman or Pokemon or in lore, just don't hide it, please. Please.
Yeah.
And I think that one
End of this discussion is just
solved.
just
Don't
being.
force me.
Yes.
Yeah, make it make
Don't
sense.
force
Don't tickle my balls.
Yeah,
Just
make
give
it
me.
make. I like
Exactly.
it. Make it make sense.
So make it make sense. All right, we got two more topics. So this one, everyone has experienced this because I'm sure you've been screaming at the top of your lungs, like, how did he fucking hit me? This one is Hitbox Registration. So every game has it where your character model has what essentially is a hitbox, and if anything comes into that, you like whether you take damage or don't. Sometimes things clip you. Sometimes you're behind an object and still die.
Yeah, they've been playing Wanted. They curved the bullet.
Bro, the word.
And so in certain games, they really just curve bullets.
You know what I
It's
wonder,
insane.
honestly? I've always actually wondered about that whole hitbox situation because I wonder if it comes down to like, do you think it comes down to like frames per second? Because if somebody's seeing something slower than you are and can hit your toe faster than you think you got to that corner, is your game just not registering it quick enough?
Possibly.
than his
I
game
don't
is?
know. I think that, but that's what the whole hitbox is. So I don't think it's your frames that you see. I think it's your character model's actual hitbox still being there even for that frame, whether you see it or not. If it's within, I don't know. I think
I
it's
see what
it's
you mean.
still
There's such a
framed.
technical answer to this. There's such a technical answer because it does have to do with frames per second, and it also doesn't, because the way your hurt box moves, it moves with the frames. So like Kobe said, since they're moving faster and seeing what you're doing before, I guess they are kind of predicting the future. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because there's like, I don't want to promote, like, I'm not trying to promote anybody, but NVIDIA, they be showing shit all the time on Netflix, Twitter, about like, what if you have like this DTX or DSLR activated or whatever it is, like, you're able to like click faster, see things better than them. Like if something's running across and you like time it with the like across your reticle, you're able to do it faster than someone with something slower. So in a sense, yes. But I think this could be completely wrong. Like going back into cover, a frame has to be out for a second, and that's why that bullet, I guess, is tracking it and going through objects and shit. But
I mean, we've all had times where someone is like shot, like you said, you're sliding behind cover. Your character model, from what you see, is completely behind cover. But like Kobe said, they shot your toe. They clipped it. Or if you're behind cover, they still clip your head because you're wearing something that like your character model, even just a little bit, gets clipped. You're dead. Whether you're shot through, like you said, around the corner, what it feels like, or sometimes, like you said, you're just squeaking by.
I wonder if they
Not
could.
shot at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually know that happens a lot in Fortnite. Like in Fortnite, if you're depending on what skin you have, like if you have a skin like Wolverine where his costume, his 2 ears pop up, if it's possible for you to hit one of the ears, it's considered a headshot. Where if you're a female with just like a ponytail or just a bald head, your hitbox isn't as much as what's as big or as as Wolverine with 2 big ears popping out. So that's where
Speaking
it's like like
since speaking of that, because I know like I used to play Apex a lot, and Apex their character models actually like change. I don't know. Do you know for Fortnite, like if your character models actually like well you said it for a fact. Like if you're a bigger, bulkier character, is your hitbox definitely bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what Apex, I don't know if you guys knew that. So I love what Apex did. So like the bigger characters, like bigger hitboxes, more beefy. The smaller characters have a smaller hitbox, but their health is reduced as well. So
I
like
thought they
Wraith
buffed the big guys where they took less bullet
yeah.
damage.
So they do So like and that because they're a big target, and then like you have Wraith who's really small, but like she has less health, so like she goes down
Okay.
just faster. So like it's a trade off. So like you want a smaller hitbox, but you're gonna take more damage. If you're a bigger hitbox, you take less damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So I didn't know if that was like that in Fortnite as well. Like where if you have,
Nah,
like you
not
said,
at
a
all.
skin,
No.
like because I know for in Call of Duty, it's like if I wear like I love the character who has a helmet, or if you wear anything that's bigger than your hair, like that, my hitbox actually does change. Like nothing ever clips like by me. If it even grazes my helmet, it's a headshot, as opposed to if I'm not having a helmet, smaller hitbox.
So we are talking frames. I have to mention fighting games are huge
Mm.
on this
No,
shit.
yeah.
Hitbox and hurt boxes. Bro, there's games where it's so broken, talking about Smash Melee, where Marth can grab you from across the room like Spider-Man, just oh, he got you.
Imagine he really did that.
You're out of frame. You're out of frame. And then there's characters like Bowser who just has a huge hitbox, so he's getting hit from anywhere, from anyone. And again, back to the frames. The frames per second do matter because your hitbox is getting there in a certain amount of frames. And with their hurt box is bigger because of that shit. They'll catch you. They'll just keep catching
what you
you.
mean by that.
Because then it'll just
Yeah.
they'll
So
clip.
it's funny. I didn't even contemplate that fighting games could possibly have it the worst.
Yeah, they had a lot of their netcode is. Some games are really shit. They'll have rollback netcode, which basically delays the frames, so they're kind of the same. And then there's P2P, which is player to player, and that's connectivity based, so that can easily just fuck up the whole game.
Yeah,
Some
that
niggas
makes a
take
lot of
advantage
sense.
of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
God tier internet has all the frames, seeing into the future.
Yeah, like
Just that's Dragon Ball Fighters for you. That's Dragon Ball Fighters Online.
land of the tryhards.
What was
They
that?
don't have rollback. They have that frame
not
delay.
rollback.
No, they have player to player.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like with the player to play and the hurt box thing, because you know me, I always play Glacius with when it comes to Killer Instinct. I found out while I was playing that one of his moves extends his hurt box. So if my arm is too slow to retract back, I can get comboed from them just tapping my arm.
Yep.
Nice.
And yeah, with Glacius too, he's a ranged, but he's a physical range. So his hurt box is traveling across the screen to hit you. If you block it, that's it. He's getting worked from that little.
So as far as a fix, I actually think what we were talking about with Apex has it right, because no matter what, like at least from I guess a battle royale shooter kind of deal, I think you either go one way or the other. Either you have to develop a way for all your character models to take damage and receive damage differently within that hitbox, or you have to keep every model the same. And that's how like Warzone does it, or that so they say, where every character model has the same hitbox no matter what. But
so
the only go ahead.
like I know we keep talking about like the character, but sometimes you also got to talk about the weapon. Arbalest is a perfect example of this. Arbalest, I can aim for your chest and I'm getting a headshot.
Oh,
I
like the
can
aim
for
assist.
your belt and I get a headshot. Like the aim, like that to me is like the fact that they let that go for this long and I'm now nerfing it. Like that pissed me off.
Yeah, why wait so
Arbalest is the
long?
one weapon. I always was like, how did you hit me? Like, how
Oh.
did you hit me?
It's crazy because you can't even counter like Arbalist like with a sniper. Like you'll probably trade because he's not even aiming at your aims at your head.
Yeah, because as long as he's aiming anywhere around your body, he's getting the headshot. With a sniper, I have to hit your head.
Yeah, because I'm actually even thinking about it now too, with like kind of in a sense way of Call of Duty, where I know right now the MAC-10 in Warzone and pretty much in anywhere, it's kind of like beastly. So how can you determine how many bullets are you putting into a person before he actually gets in a cover? Because there's so many bullets coming out of that gun at one time that you're hitting the hit like their hitbox, but at the
So-
same time they're going into cover. So how,
Yeah, with
that's pretty
certain
hard to
guns
determine,
in Call of Duty, it depends on the gun. So that one, like you said, they try to in Call of Duty they try to keep your character model. They say all of them are the same, no matter what. Like no matter who you're running, it's supposed to like if you guys had like a different character model, like you still would have went down. But then in Call of Duty they have something like called hit scan, which is sometimes different. Certain snipers, certain guns, and even one rocket has hit scan. And hit scan is when you pull the trigger, game like if you are aiming at something, the game immediately takes that down. So there's certain snipers where when you look down the barrel and you pull the trigger, the bullet is instantly where you're looking. It doesn't you don't have to worry about there's no fall off damage, it doesn't travel out your barrel. It actually just goes. So they said for the MAC-10 in certain ranges it's hit scan, and that's why it's so OP right now, because it's not taking into account any type of distance you are. If you are close enough, it is deleting you because all those hits are just hitting you. So that's why it feels like when you get shot in with certain guns, or especially like the MAC-10, you're just like, yo, why? I was sliding behind cover. How did he hit all those shots? Because it's hitting every hitbox. So that's what hit scan is. Anytime he pulls the trigger and wherever he's aiming,
just automatically
hitbox. It doesn't matter what your character model looks like. It's just so.
Damn.
So I mean, that's Call of Duty though, and it has its own.
I actually, if you ask me, I kind of agree with the whole what Josh was saying with the or even with the whole Apex the whole Apex thing. I feel like in general it should be like that, where if you are a bigger target, you should be able to take more damage.
I agree.
And anything in general like that. Whether it's Call of Duty, Destiny, where in general, if you have a bigger hit target, you should be able to take more damage because of the simple fact that you're bigger.
Yeah.
Easier to hit.
Yep.
I think that.
How would you guys fix fighting games? Because I know that's something that's completely different.
Netcode.
Yeah.
There's no balance.
honestly, that's
I'm
about
telling
it.
you now, there's no real way to balance a fighting game. There's always
That
gonna
is
be a
hard,
broken
yeah.
character. That's just the
Yeah.
way it is. It's
So you
like
don't have a solution, is what you're saying.
I can't fix the
Oh,
world.
sorry,
man.
sorry, everyone out there who plays.
If you play Dragon Ball Fighters,
I know you were
you hate
looking here
yourself.
for that solution.
You hate yourself. You enjoy pain.
Yeah,
If you wanna-
you're either on the side of you're torturing people out there for no reason, they're just getting off work trying to enjoy the game, or you're getting beat up, and I don't know why you like that game.
Yeah. You honestly, honestly, a solution would be pick another game. You want a game with some good
you heard it here.
connection? No, I mean seriously, like you want a game with some good netcode in fighting games. You want to feel like you're playing locally, even though you guys are like miles and miles away. That's the best thing. And I think there's probably 3 I could think of right off the bat, which is Mortal Kombat. They just put that rollback netcode. Skullgirls, Fire indie title, great netcode. I was playing Jacob, who's miles away from me, smooth, like if he was sitting right next to me.
Who won?
And
That's not.
come on, we was going back and forth. we just tired each other out.
Oh, that's funny. Continue.
Yeah, I was
Go on.
like that.
Go on.
And Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is an old ass game. Came out when the Xbox One first dropped, and was free. And its netcode has held up all these years.
Wow.
Damn.
It's an Evo title. It was Evo. It was part of Evo Online when the Evo went down because of the pandemic.
So we got netcode and the Apex model.
Yeah,
For our
just
solutions.
adjusting the character
Like
models.
yeah.
Brilliant.
All right, so for
Brilliant.
our final, we got one more. So this is pretty much going to wrap up our discussion on us fixing it. And we just kind of kept, for our last one, we got a lighthearted topic. Just because some of these, we noticed we progressively got like really deep into gaming. And so some of them you might have really related to, some of them you might not have. But this last one, being encumbered in video games.
Bruh. Can we
I
do
want
that,
my
bruh?
pockets.
For the editor?
I
Just
want
hit
my
the
pockets
bruh.
on
Bruh.
infinity.
All I'm
You
imagining
need the
is you're
distorted
encumbered
one.
and you
Bruh.
Pokemon. It's just like, all right, Pidgey, let's go. I'm encumbered.
Yeah.
You're going down. That Pidgey's going down.
Or imagine even in Skyrim, I'm carrying 6,000 grapes right now. I can barely walk. Like I need all my grapes.
I just think it's so funny, like you said, games like that, or even like Fallout, where it could, like you're at the limit, you're at 300, you can't carry anymore. You see a cigarette like a lighter, but you know you could sell it, you pick it up, and then your character just
After you were just sprinting.
You ran for that lighter.
Yeah,
And
you
just
drop the lighter, you just start sprinting, but the lighter is what really
Slows you
That
down.
was what did it.
Take the medics.
Not the 10 tons of gold you were holding.
no.
I get why there's an encumberment system so you can't hoard, but I don't understand then why put all the trash in the game.
Yeah. Why let me collect all forks and knives and spoons if you're just gonna
If I want to collect
me
every
for it.
spoon in the kitchen, because I don't care if it only sells for one piece of copper. I need it.
I
I
need
need
it.
that copper.
You get 50 of those, that's 50 copper.
Exactly.
It's hard out here.
Fact,
Oh.
It
fact.
seems like in every game, because they could even send like for something is even like Destiny, where you're just only picking up guns and armor, but eventually you can't. Which are your infinite ghost pocket is full.
Word.
No, bro. I don't go.
I don't
Ghost, get out
understand.
here.
If
Pick
you
it up.
easily, when you put away a gun and it goes, you can just have it not be there. Why can't I have my pockets like that? Why can't I just have them be infinite?
Like some GTA
Exactly.
Make
shit.
everything I
Yeah,
pick
Pick it
up.
up now.
I'd rather them give my ghost some inventory space at that point.
Bro, I'm
You
sure
know,
he
like,
could
that's
dematerialize
yeah.
it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think honestly like that kind of bothers me to the point where it's like, yo, if you have one of it, it's as simple as let me have that and just keep stacking it.
Yeah.
There should be a slot
Yes.
for that.
A
Not a
million.
slot for
That is
slots.
so that is one great way to fix this. Besides besides opening the floodgates and let me pick up everything. That is, I think, stacking.
Make me
Stacking
God.
is actually a very, very reasonable way to mitigate like a quick like I don't care if it's 50 forks, but just have it count like as just fork.
Yeah. Or even
come
like
on.
with weapons and armor, if you get a duplicate, just let it stack.
Yeah, because like there's
Stacking with only
honestly.
one item, like because like some games allow stacking, but you're still accounting for that weight. That's the
Like,
thing.
no, yeah, no, like
Boo.
I see what you mean. Cause I was thinking even in a game that I actually love Animal Crossing, but I feel like what they should do at that point with Animal Crossing is like have a section for flowers where if you're gonna limit me to red flowers, let me go in my book bag and only collect 50 red flowers.
Mhm.
Where if with stones, let me collect a certain category of stones. If you're gonna limit me to 50 stones, but at least let me have sections. Where it's like
Yeah.
kind of like like we we're saying about Destiny. If you're gonna limit me to helmets, let me pick, and like which ones and like let me see all my helmets and just let it be a category rather than you're limited.
Animal Crossing.
Wait, I want to add to it because like
pocket full of fucking sand dollars.
sand
Bro.
dollars. That book
I
bag
be
was
having
never large
absolute
enough.
nothing and absolute like nonsense in my pockets in that game.
Would a
Just mad
solution-
weeds.
Would a solution
Weeds.
would the solution kind of be like transmog then? Because then you can be able to
Yes.
carry everything.
And I mean, I guess that's only for style for the most part, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's more cosmetic.
all right, but like they can kind of use that kind of model to be able to let you hold more things in an inventory instead of just like having to go back to wherever the hub is to go get and carry, or release the floodgate. I mean, I guess that is releasing the floodgate.
Yeah.
Just putting anything in the pocket.
I do know what.
I'm here for the floodgate. I changed.
I do know that some games allow this. Like, you have a bag. It's like, oh, cool. And you find another bag. Oh, cool. So you open the bag in a bag, and there's another slot, more inventory space right there.
I
Some
hate
games
that.
allow
That's
that.
Inception, bro.
Yeah.
Where's my item?
I mean, why are we keeping it real in games that don't keep it real though? Like,
Facts.
why like, oh, you can't carry this amount of weight, but my character, which doesn't have a backpack, is carrying a laptop like in my
6
shirt. Like, where
shotguns.
is it? Where is it?
Let me pull out my Buster Blade.
Yes. Like, why are we doing? Why are we keeping some sense of realism in the game? Like, once again,
Yeah,
I almost
funny.
feel like we're gonna do one or the other. We're either you're not like, I have to carry a backpack and it reasonably has to fit in the backpack, or open the floodgates.
Yep. I don't want no in
Yeah.
betweens.
No in
If I can
between.
carry a rocket launcher easily, I want to be able to have every single item in my pocket too. They all gotta fit comfortably.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 rocket
yeah.
launchers. Wow.
Oh,
I
God.
I think we should get degrees
That was
in
that funny.
fixing gaming.
Facts.
Honestly, yeah.
How many topics did we do for fixing? Like 6,
7.
seven.
Topics.
And I think we fixed 5 out of 7, except for
Yeah.
what was it? No, AIs or fixing the difficulty. One of those two.
The difficulty we really didn't fix, and then no, we fixed AI,
Oh yeah.
and I think we fixed 6 out of 7.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn, look at that.
So I mean,
Genius said, hire us.
like we said, yeah.
Lend me my money.
Degrees. We got this copyrighted. We're about to get phone calls. I already know it. We're about to blow up. We got these. We solved issues for you guys. Oh, well, look, we got one already. But this will be uploaded. Okay. This will be uploaded for Friday. Am I right? Yes. All right.
Talk to the editor.
Yeah, he's right there. So you got to answer that. You got it right. Okay. But any closing statements? Any before we?
I mean, the usual. Obviously, go check out our channel. We're always trying to have more content. I think we're really trying to start soon to have just more than just podcasts. We want to do. There's a bunch of ideas that we have. Me and Josh are thinking about doing a fashion and video game YouTube. Just a little mini series where we just kind of go through and see what's the drippiest you can get. I think a lot of underrated areas in video games are just stuff like fashion. Like, if you're allowed to customize your character, how cool can you actually make your character look? So I think we'll try to break it down in games, like different types of games, and go there. But we're definitely always trying to have more content. If you guys have any topics that you always want us to review, if there's anything that you see that we're doing, definitely just leave it all in the comments.
Yeah, definitely, like he said, hit the comments for whatever you guys got, the critique on the topic you want us to maybe talk about, or if you want to meet us on our socials, you can follow us. Do that, especially. You got Adobe Poppy 14, King Terrell 1 on, that's Twitter. No, Twitch. King Terrell on Twitter. King BX Gotti on Xbox and socials, and his Twitter, Twitch and Twitter. Then you got Nomadic Gamer. Oh, he's in the shadows. He's our editor. And Niesi Kenya. That was good. Yeah. Well, that is brought to you by another podcast for Blank Gaming.
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
Before you call, I just want to remind you, if you made it this far, next week one of us will be beardless.
Wait, March Madness is over?
2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks because I think 2 weeks. March Madness is 2 weeks. So the next podcast we'll still have our beards, but the one after wants to be beardless.
So you know what? You gotta stay tuned to find out what's happening next. And until next time, my friends, Blank Gaming out. Stay groovy.
Peace.